According to the American Psychological Association, over 75% of adults report experiencing moderate to high levels of stress. The demands of contemporary life, characterized by constant emails, pressing deadlines, and pervasive social media comparisons, contribute to this pervasive stress. Many individuals express feeling that their efforts are perpetually insufficient. This article explores the potential of Stoicism, a philosophy over 2,000 years old, to cultivate inner peace amidst this chaos. A personal experiment was undertaken to assess the efficacy of Stoicism in transforming one's mindset. The aim was to determine if, within 1 week, a deeper sense of calm and a shift in perspective could be achieved through the application of Stoic principles. Stoicism, a philosophy emphasizing resilience, clarity, and emotional regulation, originated in ancient Greece and was further developed in Rome by thinkers such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. It offers practical strategies for navigating life's challenges. This experiment sought to evaluate the relevance and applicability of Stoicism in today's fast-paced, interconnected world. Stress, anxiety, and frustration are prevalent emotions in modern life. Individuals often experience distress over circumstances beyond their control, such as flight delays, critical remarks, or unforeseen setbacks. Stoicism posits that suffering arises not from external events themselves, but from our interpretation of those events. The core challenge lies not in the external world, but within our own minds. This experiment focused on modifying that internal perspective. The foundation of Stoicism rests on the principle of controlling what is within one's power and accepting what is not. This concept can be illustrated by the analogy of being caught in a storm. One can either resist the storm, expressing anger and demanding its cessation, or one can accept its inevitability and focus on self-preservation. This exemplifies the Stoic mindset. Stoicism is based on 4 key virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This experiment aimed to translate these abstract ideas into practical application by implementing the teachings of prominent Stoic thinkers. The first day involved applying the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who reigned during times of war, plague, and betrayal. Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The experiment began by focusing on managing personal reactions. When confronted with inconveniences, such as spilled coffee or a discourteous driver, the participant reminded themselves of their control over their response. This intervention resulted in an immediate shift in perspective. On the second day, the experiment focused on the teachings of Epictetus, a former slave who became a renowned Stoic teacher. Epictetus stated, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Upon receiving negative news, the participant paused and assessed whether the situation was within their control. If not, they consciously chose to release it. This simple practice proved to be profoundly effective. By the 4th day, challenges arose as old habits resurfaced and anxiety began to creep in. At this point, the wisdom of Seneca was applied: we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The participant's mind was consumed with worries about potential future events. Stoicism provided a grounding technique, encouraging a focus on the present. Negative visualization, the practice of imagining the worst-case scenario and recognizing one's capacity to survive it, was employed to diminish the power of fear. By the final day of the experiment, a notable transformation occurred. The participant reported feeling lighter. While external circumstances remained unchanged, their internal state had shifted. Events that would have previously caused irritation were now perceived as merely transient moments. The participant recalled the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This prompted a shift in focus from trivial concerns to matters of genuine importance. The 1-week experiment demonstrated the potential for Stoicism to shift perspective. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions or becoming apathetic, rather, it is about cultivating control over one's mind, deliberately choosing one's responses, focusing on controllable aspects, and accepting those that are not. This experiment illustrated that true peace is not achieved by altering the external world, but by transforming one's perception of it. Part 2. While mastering the mind represents a critical initial step, the question arises whether true peace and healing extend beyond the mental realm, encompassing the body, breathing, movement, and nourishment. Ancient Stoics understood the interconnectedness of mind and body, recognizing that healing requires addressing both. This leads to a broader exploration of holistic wellness, moving beyond philosophical principles. The notion that conventional understanding of healing may be incomplete is presented, suggesting that the body's decline, and likewise the mind's, is not an instantaneous process. The idea is introduced that the true cure may have been readily available but overlooked. Despite advancements in modern medicine, prevalence of illness, exhaustion, and disconnection remains high. The argument is made that the solution lies not in further pharmaceutical interventions or quick fixes, but within oneself. The current era is characterized by a paradox: increasing medical resources coincide with rising rates of chronic illness, anxiety, depression, and fatigue. Individuals experience physical discomfort, mental agitation, and diminished well-being, seeking relief through medication, distractions, and convenience, but failing to achieve genuine healing. The assertion is made that true wellness is inherently holistic, encompassing physical, mental, and emotional dimensions. The prevailing tendency to treat symptoms rather than root causes and to suppress pain instead of understanding its message is challenged. The possibility that illness serves as a signal from the body, prompting necessary changes, is proposed. The body provides subtle cues, such as fatigue, discomfort, and mood swings, prior to the onset of disease. These signals are often ignored, leading to exhaustion, emotional suppression, and numbing of discomfort. The concept that the body possesses an inherent intelligence, understood by ancient healers long before modern science, is emphasized. Current scientific understanding corroborates ancient wisdom, recognizing the gut as a second brain, regulating various bodily functions. The impact of breathing on the nervous system and the restorative properties of sleep are highlighted. Movement is presented not merely as exercise, but as a form of medicine. Food is presented as more than mere sustenance, it is a source of information influencing well-being. Dietary choices are framed as either supportive or detrimental to the healing process. The prioritization of convenience over nutritional value is questioned, with associated sluggishness and reliance on stimulants identified as negative consequences. The importance of attending to the body's intrinsic signals is emphasized. Furthermore, the significant connection between cognitive processes and physical health is highlighted, noting the potential for unresolved emotional states to manifest as physical ailments. Stress is presented not only as a subjective experience but also as a physiological phenomenon. It triggers the release of hormones, compromises the immune system, and can alter neural pathways, potentially leading to anxiety. The pervasive nature of chronic stress and the potential consequences are addressed. Drawing upon historical perspectives, the text references ancient wisdom, particularly Stoic philosophy, which recognized the impact of perception on well-being. The importance of internal control and acceptance of external circumstances is emphasized. The value of practices such as stillness, time spent in natural environments, and cultivating gratitude are presented as restorative elements that can influence neural pathways. Emphasis is placed on the role of mindset and perspective in the healing process, suggesting that true healing transcends conventional treatments. The text proposes a three-pronged approach to fostering well-being. First, cultivate mindful breathing. The manner of breathing is posited as a key regulator of emotional state. Conscious, deliberate breathing techniques are presented as tools to manage stress responses. Second, prioritize nourishing the body with wholesome foods. The text underscores the interconnectedness of the gut and the brain, emphasizing the impact of dietary choices on mood, energy levels, and immune function. Third, develop cognitive control. The text encourages readers to critically evaluate their thoughts, distinguishing between factual and unfounded anxieties. Stoic principles are advocated to promote internal control and acceptance. These strategies are presented as a holistic approach to cultivating well-being from within. The text concludes by encouraging readers to experiment with these principles, observe the effects, and share their experiences. Readers are invited to explore additional resources for further information on Stoicism and holistic wellness. A call to subscribe is made.